I'm the best ever. There's nobody in Brooklyn, nobody like me. I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey. There's nobody like from their club. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I'm what your heart, I'm winning his children. Praise be to God.
Got New York in the building.
Yes.
Thank you so much for speaking with me today. I was really looking forward to speaking with you since your last fight. I just wanted a minute so we could go through the emotions of all of that. I felt so proud of you. It felt like watching, although we don't know each other, it felt like I was watching a cousin like winning something. You've watched them like get to this point, and I was like, this is so incredible, and I'm just so happy we're doing this right now. So thank you so much for the time. I got asked though, I've always wanted to go to New York, and as somebody who has grown up in New York, what is like a great food place to go to?
Man, when I mean, to be honest, it's so, I can't even pick because there's so many at this point now. Like, there's so many new restaurants that's coming out. And they're all like top notch. Like they don't just have, just this nice little aesthetic place looking, and good customer service. The food tastes so authentic. It's totally different from anywhere else I've been in the world. I feel like everybody brings their grandma's or great grandma's recipes all the way to New York, and then they just, do really great dishes. And sometimes you don't even have to go to like a fine dine restaurant to find some really good food. You can go right to the bodega right in the corner store and get you the best sandwiches or just dishes, period. And I think that's one of the best things about New York, how culturally diverse it is. How I think just the energy, just, the people, the attitude, the atmosphere. It's somewhere that, like, you can't really compare it to anywhere else, honestly.
Yeah, always wanted to go. I've heard it's like very much like London, but on steroids.
It is.
And
Yeah, it is.
I loved your shorts, like your outfit when you came out in your last fight. I was like,
Yeah,
I
thank
want
you.
a pair of those.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was great. Shout
I
out to
got so many New York Yankee hats.
oh yeah.
I collect them. I've got a few in different colors, like red, green,
You
brown,
gotta go to
black.
New York then. You gotta come to New York at this point. That's a lot of
One
New
day,
York love right there.
no, I've definitely got to go. One day I was in Five Guys. And I was just getting food, and I was wearing a red New York Yankees hat. And this guy was like smiling, and he was coming up to me, and I was thinking, why is he coming up to me? And then he was just like, so you're a fan? I was like,
Yeah.
no, I've never seen them play. And he looked so disappointed. And I was like, I have to go and see them play now. I
Yeah,
have
that is
to.
funny. That is funny. Like, it's like a lot of people, especially if you're from New York, like if you are wearing a New York hat, and like especially when it comes to sports, they automatically assume that you watch that particular
Yeah.
team play. They
Yeah.
automatically, because that's just what it is. Like, I like watching the Yankees, I like watching the Giants, I like watching the Knicks. Like, that's just, you're gonna watch one of our teams at least that we have, and that's just, I think that's just the New York love, the New York support. We just really are diehard fans for any team
Yeah.
that we have.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully I become one and not just like the hat.
Yeah. Yeah, the Yankee hats is good for fashion now too. Okay, it's
It's so
cool.
great.
It's cool.
So great. Honestly, I will go. I'll go one day. I will go
Yeah.
there one day. So you started boxing at 7 years old. Do you
Yeah.
remember those early moments walking into the gym for the very first time and what it felt like?
Oh yeah. The gym was stank. It was real smelly. It smelled like feet. I remember like it was yesterday. Man, it was this boxing gym called Starrett City Boxing Club right in
Yeah.
Brooklyn. And it was one of those gyms that I heard about from time to time when I was a kid, but never. And I used to go to school around that area as well too. But a lot of boxers like Shannon Briggs, Louis Collazo, Curtis Stevens, Paulie Malignaggi, Daniel Jacobs as an amateur, Saddam Ali as an amateur. All of those guys, they were in that gym, and around that time, it was like prime time. Like, everybody was undefeated, everybody was like making a name for themselves and whatever. So I remember walking in the gym, it just smelled like mad feet and mad just everybody just hitting the bag, just yelling, grunting, and it was an environment I've never experienced before, and it was like a little shock. So it was really entertaining, and I was already kind of into boxing anyway, in terms of like just like watching it, just watching Zab Judah, Mike Tyson, Shannon Briggs, because they're all from Brownsville. That's where
Yeah,
I'm from.
yeah.
And so when I went to the gym, it was really cool to see some of those names that I just mentioned. And that was one of the main reasons that I kept going to the gym. But what kept me really in it, one, I started to notice that I was kind of picking up on the fundamentals pretty fast and pretty easily. The coordination and everything was kind of just coming to me. And then my first time sparring, I sparred this kid that he was already kind of annoying. Like he was just trying to bully me and trying to be competitive with me when I wasn't even trying to be worried about him. But he pissed me off enough to the point where I asked my coach to spar him, and I beat him up so bad he never came back to the gym. I always had like this little bit of like rage in me, you know what I mean? Like I'm a really, unproblematic kind of guy, but when it's time, and I turn that switch on very easily. And I think that I like the fact that I was able to let loose without getting in trouble. I don't gotta be fighting, when you fight in the street, of course,
Yeah.
you might have some backlash, but I was able to like just really let loose and, get a pat on the back for beating someone up. I think I like that. And on top of the fact that I think I also loved the aspect of if you lose, it's on you. You can't blame your coach. You can't blame this person. You can't blame that person. Like no matter what, like you have to be able to take full accountability and responsibility of everything you do. So I think that those are one of the main aspects that like I really loved coming into boxing.
Gosh, you said so much there, and I've actually got so much questions even just from what you've just said.
Oh, yeah.
Firstly, who introduced you to the gym then?
Oh, my dad. My dad, he was he's the guy that really introduced me to the gym. He kept the fire up under me when I didn't want to go to the gym, as the years of me growing as a young adult. I know I was given like so many headaches, bro. I just felt like, I realized my dad did have a vision. Like he believed in me, and the people that was around us, they thought like, oh, let him be a kid, let him do this, let him do that. And my dad was like, bro, like I do let him be a kid, but at the same time, this is the time for him to invest in himself so he can be able to secure his future. And I didn't understand that at the time, when he was saying that. So I'm just over there like, oh, my dad hates me. But me as a grown man now, I thank him for that. And it's definitely helped me out into the man I am today to know like the sacrifices and to understand why the sacrifice needs to be made.
Yeah.
But yeah, he put me in boxing, man. He put me in boxing because when I was in school, bullies used to try to like, get at me and stuff like that. They used to try to pick on me and whatnot.
Oh,
And
they wouldn't try now, would they?
oh, nah,
Absolutely.
nah, definitely not. I
They
mean,
wouldn't
but
try
but
now.
even back then, they were having a hard time because I was beating them up back then. I guess I just had bully me on my forehead or something like that. But it was like whenever they would try to bully me, I would like let loose this rage and I would beat them up. And he never saw that side of me when I was at home.
Mm.
And he was just like, my little Shu Shu, like he's fighting these kids. But then he would see how big the kids are compared to me. My size, I was so small and scrawny. He was
Mm.
like, what the heck? So he put me in the gym just to see what was going on, like how I was able to beat these kids up. And lo and behold, he understood over time. He's like, wow, no, like you have a real like talent in fighting. And so,
Yeah.
we just groomed it.
Yeah. How incredible is that you had the opportunity to have someone in your life who really saw your potential, believed in you, and
Yeah.
gave you, because I think a lot of times many people don't have that, and
Hmm.
it's such a blessing to be able to have that someone that sees it before you see it, and
Yes.
able
Yeah.
to. Do you think your confidence also stems from your father believing in you so much?
100%. 100%. Man, I remember, once you get to that weird age of like 12, 13, 14, you start to become like a little self-aware, right? And then you get real self-conscious. And I was really second guessing myself on my appearances. My ears might start growing before like, my legs and my arms looking old. You know what I'm saying? That little weird period. And I wasn't always that confident in myself. And then on top of that, like even in boxing, like I stopped feeling as confident as well and not really put as much effort into my training. And my dad was just like drilling my head, like, bro, you're the best. Like, you're the best I've ever seen. Like, you're like on Mayweather's type of level if you really believe in yourself. And I'm just thinking, like, oh, you're just my dad. You're just saying that, you know, but he truly believed in it. He believed, but I think I didn't really catch on to it until I hit like my early 20s. And he believed in me more than I believed in myself because I went through this time period where I was going to quit actually. And I really realized that you don't, it's important for you to have someone that believes in you more than you believe in yourself because it's so many people that quit on themselves and they might have people that support them. But once they quit on themselves, then it was like, oh, you quitting yourself, then I'm just going to just let you be.
Yeah.
My dad, he did not quit on me, even when I quit on myself. Like, that was like, nah, he really does believe in me. You know what I mean? So that was real special for me to know and for me to realize, you know, growing up. And I think that's one of the things that really pushed me over the edge to be able to me have my own momentum and then me finally believing in myself and then really growing a new love for boxing and, you know, being where I am today.
How incredible is that? How,
Yeah, yeah,
like, looking back, even from where you are now, you just must be
yeah.
so grateful for.
100%.
Oh my gosh, that's
100%.
really beautiful. And it's so
Yeah,
special when it comes from like your parents. Like my
yeah,
mum believes that I will be a presenter and I'll be on TV one day, and she believes in it more
yeah,
than me.
yeah,
So it's so nice. So I can almost relate, but just not
yeah.
boxing.
Yeah, no, no, but it's still the same concept though. So yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely understand for sure.
But it's a privilege now. It's not
Mhm.
something that many people have. So
Definitely. Sorry to cut you off, but I think
no,
it
no,
goes
no.
under appreciated by a lot of people. They don't realize what they have. I think for the most part, for me, I stay pretty grounded. I'm a child of God. Jesus is King, and I definitely feel like that foundation with me is what keeps me grounded and makes me appreciate those little things. I don't think it's little, but people, because it's so underappreciated, they think it's little things. But
Yeah.
those quote unquote little things,
Yeah.
they're like one of those things that really help me get through in life.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
growing up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, boxing has historically been a way for a lot of young men, like a way out for a lot of young men. And
Yeah.
how much did your environment shape the discipline and mindset we now see you as a world champion?
Oh man, like that environment is growing up in New York, period. Like, let alone Brownsville, the neighborhood. It's already like a tough hustle and bustle type of fast paced type city, and
Mm,
it's a eat or get eaten type of environment. It's that's just kind of what it is, and there's no room for sympathy, you know. And now you go to Brownsville. Brownsville's like really gritty and grimy, and just that the high violence, like really high crime rate, all that type of stuff. It helped me build a certain level of awareness, attentiveness.
mm,
When what can I say? What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, yeah, like observant, like very observant of people, learning patterns and whatnot. Because a lot of people, I notice, like people just like kind of just go their lives, just like just not really paying attention to what's going on in the world around them. They walk around with their heads down, and the world is just moving around them, and they're just not living. But me, like I think my brother that passed, he always taught me like don't be walking around the streets with your head down. Look up, be observant, see what's going on, watch out for warnings, body language, all type of things, and that alone helped me out into my mentality, but also me growing up in that rough, tough neighborhood, it was just like I knew that if I'm able to survive this, I'm gonna be able to make it to the mountaintop, whatever that looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like it's something that a lot of people won't be able to survive. I know a lot of people would like fold and crash out with the things that I've been through in life, and I feel like I've handled a lot of the things that I've been through with you know, not with ease, but just with strength, with a lot of strength. And Yeah, I think I have a lot of pride growing up where I come from. I don't think I would be the person I am today and have that mental fortitude that I have today if I didn't come from Brownsville. Brownsville has showed a great support system as well for me too. I think that a lot of people don't realize that aside from the violence that comes from Brownsville, like there's a big like family type of environment when it comes to that as well too. Because I think that ever since I was an amateur, they've supported me in all of my fights. Like I would have fights in the Golden Gloves and stuff like that, and they would just like pack out the house like all the time and show so much love since back then.
Yeah.
So it's so now we're in a big stage and they're still doing it. The support definitely helped me out as well throughout my career.
Something that I see a lot, I'm obviously I live in London, but I see a lot in America, like different states, boxers from different states,
Yeah,
like their community in the state that they're from, they really back them. And
yeah, yeah,
it's actually real beautiful to see. It's like they
yeah,
really come out and they show up and show out. So I
yeah,
love that.
definitely. Yeah, man. It's New York. New York City is now New York City. You know what I mean? So
Shoot.
it's New
Where
York,
did
baby.
Shu Shu come from? Like, how did that name come from?
Like, I wish I had the coolest story, man. But yeah, but it's literally just a baby name. People in the hood,
Oh.
Juju, Nunu, Shoo Shoo. Like, yeah, it was just always a baby name. But I love it though because it's unique. There's not many people that you're gonna run into, and their name is Shoo Shoo. So
Yeah.
it's like now me making a name for myself in this industry and becoming a celebrity, whatever. When you think of Shoo Shoo, you're gonna think of my face.
Yeah.
There's not which Shoo Shoo, which no, you're gonna think of me. So I love that. I really do. And the Egyptian meaning of Shu is the one who rises above all. So I think
Oh,
it's pretty fitting with the things
very
that I've been
fitting.
doing in life. Yeah,
Very, very fitting. So you've had over 250 amateur wins and you
yeah,
won the Olympic trials before turning
yeah,
pro.
yeah.
So looking back now, what part of your amateur background prepared you the best for
Mm.
championship level boxing?
Ooh, definitely the Olympic trials. I think that the Olympic trials is what made me realize I have like that real championship edge because in the Olympic trials I was placed the eighth seed, which was the last seed in the tournament, and I had to fight the number one seed in the first day of the tournament, and I beat him. Boom! After the first fight that I had, throughout the rest of the tournament, I fought the top four seeded guys,
Mm.
and I beat all of them. And what it was, I remember people that were there at the tournament, it was kind of like me having an out of body type of experience. People were coming to me. They still come to me to this day. They're like, "Yo, bro, in that tournament, right after you're done fighting, you would put on your sauna suit or whatever hoodies and sweats you have, and immediately get right into weight cut for the next day, for the next fight, immediately." And I was just in tunnel vision, and I noticed whenever I have a moment of I'm going to win. I'm going to do this. I'm going to dominate. I'm going to be supreme. It happens every single time, and that's what everything I do in life. Like when I want something, I'm gonna get it because I'm just so fixated, and I think about all the things that is gonna happen in my favor, and then possibly the things that's not gonna happen in my favor just as much. And when I think about this scares me so much to where I'm like, I have to have this. This can't happen. So, it's yeah, I think that is what is the same mentality that I had going into this championship fight. And I had no doubt in my mind I was gonna win.
I always say it. One of the things that I love so much about this sport of boxing
Mhm.
is that you win in your mind first and how much of
Yeah,
a mental game it is.
yeah.
I love it.
I like literally 10 minutes before we hopped on this interview, I was having like mental imagery of my next fight. Like I meditate from time to time, just thinking about his movements. I'll do film study and I'll think about what I do good and what I might lack in and how he might capitalize on it. And then I go in the gym and work on it. But also I just kind of just really fixate on how the fight is just going to go. So nothing will surprise me.
When I spoke to Sean Porter, he told me the exact same thing. He said to me,
Yeah.
Stephanie, at like breakfast before the day of his fight, he would
Hmm.
like sit there. Anyone could be talking to him, but in his head, the fight's going on. Like he's playing
Hmm.
out how the fight's gonna go,
Yeah.
which is also quite interesting because I can I you can correct me if I'm wrong, but can you have a way that you see a fight will go, but then you've also got to be prepared for maybe it can go another way that you probably didn't prepare for, or what you
One
probably
hundred
didn't see
percent,
coming? Yeah.
100%. Because like, let's say if you have a film study on a guy, you'll be like, okay, he has this bad habit, has that bad habit. Oh, he fights on the inside. He likes fighting inside, but that particular guy might fight differently when they fight you. Just
Yeah.
because they fight that guy like that, don't mean he's gonna fight me like that. And I've had that experience. It was one fight that I had in the pros to where I'm like, oh yeah, I got this guy in the bag. He fights like this, whatever, whatever. And he comes in the ring and fights totally different. And I'm just like, bro, mind you, he was like a kung fu fighter, and then he starts like fighting on the back foot when he's fighting me. I'm like, bro, like, you're not gonna fight? Like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, maybe it's because of me, and
Mm,
he might see something in my game plan that he could exploit, and that's why he's
mm,
fighting differently. All
yeah.
right. So now I think about all of these things now for sure, and that's so great that I've had those experiences before fighting for a world title because it's those are the important things that mold you at the end of the day to
Yeah.
become championship level.
Yeah. A lot of people first started paying attention to you after Garcia fight and the
Hmm.
stoppage at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you feel that night you announced yourself as more than just a prospect?
Um, I don't think it was that night, for sure. I think it was the fight before that. I think I fought Bernard Torres. It was my first fight like on ESPN TV, and I feel like I really introduced myself to the world to let everybody know like I am more than just a prospect. I'm a title contender. Blah blah
Mm,
blah. I think that that was the fight that I really introduced myself to the world, and then with the Garcia fight. And I think what popularized it even more was the fact that Inoue was in the crowd and he
oh,
was there watching the fight and whatever and stuff like that. But I think that I kind of really introduced myself to the world before that. But also it was just kind of I think fights after that I was just kept just reaffirming and reassuring everyone like I am everything that I say I am and more than what you think that I am.
mm.
Like, everything that's gonna happen is gonna it's gonna happen at the right time. Like I'm super focused on becoming undisputed world champ. Like the I just have one of the chips right now.
You beat me to it. I was going to ask you a
Okay.
bit later on in this interview. What
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it going to be? Unification,
Hmm.
then undisputed, and then do you
Yeah.
wish to move up in weight?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's the plan. I have some real business to take care of at 126. I really want to be able to be the first undisputed featherweight world champion of full belt era because I'll be making history. You know, I'll be in the history books, and that's major for me. You know, I never thought that I would be in a position to where I could make history right now,
Yeah.
and it's very possible for it to happen. And I really wanted to, really start mixing melting pot with these champions. And then once I take over 126, then yes, I will go up to 130 and dominate that division as well.
What do you think will be your last weight class?
I could see myself comfortably stopping at 140,
Mm,
and maybe let's say if there's a big fight at 147, I could possibly like get one big fight at 147 just
yeah.
for the cash grab. But
Yeah.
but yeah, 140 comfortably, I think I could cap at.
I just want to ask quickly, like your fight with Matthias,
Mm,
for the interim WBC title,
yeah.
many people expected a dominant performance,
Mm,
but it became more tactical and
mm,
competitive,
yeah.
maybe than what you expected. And what did
Mm.
that fight teach you about yourself?
In my opinion, I thought it was pretty dominant. I feel like I won every single round. I don't think that I beat the guy down, but that's just a testament to his durability and endurance. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I did everything I was supposed to do. I followed the game plan that we set out. We needed to just box him. He had a little awkward rhythm, and I think I did everything I needed to do. But that fight, I think that was the first fight that I went full 12 rounds. So that let me know, like, oh, my body felt really good. Like, and I'm ready
Yeah.
for championship level fights because I felt like I could have done 15 rounds that night. You
Yeah.
know, I that just let me know I was just ready for the championship level. That's all it
Yeah.
was.
So let's talk a little bit about your last fight.
Hmm.
5 piece combo. Can you describe what was going through your mind in that exact moment?
Man,
And why?
yeah, it was crazy. Okay, so the round before, I noticed that I was really starting to pick up the pace, and he started to slow down because I really started to like fight more on the inside and make him feel uncomfortable. I was reading his body language, and I really got like into a really really nice momentum around 8. When round 9 hit, I had such a fiery adrenaline that just came over me in that round. And then I noticed he was doing something. Like it was a pattern that he was picking up. And I noticed it was my pattern. He started doing the same thing I was doing. Like I did like a little, like right before the KO, like you watch it, I would say like 10 seconds before the KO. I did like a little step over with my foot. He did the same step over. I told him, I was like, oh, you're doing the same thing I do. I know he's like following, like he's like mesmerized by what I'm doing because he can't figure out why like I'm trying to take over the fight.
Yeah.
I threw a jab. I knew a jab was going to come right at him. I knew he was going to throw a jab right back. He threw a jab, and I just slipped it and just sat on the right hand and just. But I didn't think I hurt him that bad. I just knew I caught him with a good shot until his arm kind of just like fell limp on my back.
Yeah.
That's why oh he's out, and I just kind of helped him down and just threw my combo. That moment was like like wow, I got him and I got him now. Even after me being hurt in the 4th round, like that was like one of those Rocky type of moments, you know.
I was gonna ask, like in the 4th round, there were moments where you had to show real resilience, you know,
Yeah.
and how important was that fight improving not just your skill but your composure under pressure?
Oh yeah, no, I think that a lot of people they are so used to me just being dominant in my fights that they weren't able to, really get to see my mentality. They weren't able to like, oh, what when he has to go through some type of controversy, what is he gonna do? How is he gonna fight back and whatever, whatever. I felt like in that moment that gave people more uh confidence in a fighter like myself to be like, no, like even if he's hurt, we can still, know that he's still in the fight. He's
Yeah.
still gonna fight back and he's gonna come back even stronger. Like
Yeah.
I even when I got caught, there was no doubt in my mind that I was gonna be okay. Like I'm like, all right, like I'm good. It's just
Yeah.
weather the storm. It's experience. Like I've been boxing since I was 7 years old. I'm like that's 22 years in the game now, and I feel like in this moment, like there's nothing that I haven't gone through. There's nothing that I haven't seen. There's nothing
Yeah.
that will surprise me in the game now. I know how to get out of all types of hard situations in the game that I could go through, and so I was just totally ready for that moment, even if it was to happen or not, and I'm glad that it did in a way. Sometimes like I always want a dominant victory, always, but victories like that makes the story much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like you overcame something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah.
then I did it in New York in front of the whole town for the world
Yeah.
title.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Unreal. And after winning the title, you spoke about wanting to become one of like the next faces of American boxing. What do
Definitely.
you think separates great fighters from fighters who are like true stars of the
hmm
sport?
I mean, well, it's all about, showing your personality. It's not just always about boxing. I think it is the things you do outside of the ring is just as important as the things you do inside of the ring.
Does the Michael
And I
Jackson outfit, does that include in this showing
yes,
personality?
it does. Yes, it 100% does, man. I love Michael. There's nothing you can tell me about
Did you
Michael
see the
Jackson.
movie?
Yes, of course. I saw the movie the day before it came out. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I had some early access tickets, and yeah, I went there. And, it's funny story. My wife, she gets so embarrassed when I be like messing around and doing little funny stuff in public. So when I had the outfit on, and I'm walking through the theater. The theater, like they're all looking at me, we're looking at me, and I noticed this. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do something. I walk up the stairs. I pointed to one guy. I walk up the stairs, point at the next guy, and I hit a little kick. The theater started clapping. Everybody's like, oh. Yo, my wife is so embarrassed.
Not you out here embarrassing your wife.
Yeah, it was hilarious, man. It was so funny. But
Oh,
yeah, it's little things like that, though. It's like boxers are people too. Like we like
yeah.
I love watching anime. I'm into sports like obviously Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Like what I mean. Like
Yeah.
all different type of things. Like I like making different skits. I'm very much into cinematography. Um, so many different things that I really am into. But a lot of people, they're so focused on fighting that they don't show their personality. They don't show different shades and sides of themselves. So where it's like, that's what kind of separates those fighters that's known in the boxing world to where they're globally known.
Yeah. At the same time, we are also being entertained. I know it's
Yeah,
a sport. I know you guys are athletes. I know you guys are training, but it's also a form of entertainment as well.
it's called sports entertainment. So yeah.
Yeah. So now, first title defense. I know you're preparing for this, July the 4th. Your opponent, undefeated, 19 wins, 1 draw. The intention is obviously to win that fight. But what's your mindset heading into your first title defense as a champion?
Oh, I want to be able to dominate and show that there's levels to this game.